experience the other side of it. And so I started working as a housing counselor, helping people get into homes. And so that's where I really got a robust book background in first-time homebuyers programs, down payment assistance, and we were preparing families to actually get into home ownership and what we call sustainable home ownership, which means that you'd be able to afford the payments. And a lot of families that I helped actually were able to, weather that crash in 2008 and 9. So that's my background. And then from there, I actually got into, I had to get a license to be a housing counselor. It was a weird program that I was working with. And so I actually got licensed in 2001. So I just celebrated my 20th year with an active real estate license. And in 2010, 2011, I decided to go full-time in sales. So that's what I've been doing. But spent a lot of years teaching down payment assistance and first-time home buyers programs.
Thank you for sharing with me. Now we know a little bit about who you are. So now we can expect what you're going to we can expect what you're going to share with us right now. Tell us about mindset.
Absolutely. So as we go into our first slide, one of the things that we talk about is gratitude. And the first thing that we've got to do, and this is just me personally, but I can tell you that, this is what really works for me. And each day I try and write down, no matter what has happened to me in the prior day, write down what I'm grateful for. And I've even taken this a step further in the recent months, and that is before I go to bed, I am thinking about the entire day, whether that day has been tremendous or whether it's had some challenges. And so before I actually go to bed, I want to write down, just some things that I'm thankful for. I love the number 3 because it doesn't take a long time. But, sometimes, and I said it's almost always easy to do 3. And the first one is if you're able to write down, if you've got activity in your hands and your limbs and you're still breathing, that's an easy one. But it is not one that I ever take for granted because I know some people that start the day out that aren't able to finish the day. So it's really easy for me. And it doesn't impact or infringe is what we're talking about now on whatever your spiritual beliefs are. Gratefulness and gratitude is just that. And I'm grateful for being able to take the time out to actually reflect on what I'm grateful for.
Okay, so gratitude is very important in this area of doing real estate, any profession, because if you're grateful, your attitude is a little bit different then.
Yeah. Attitude, and the attitude of gratitude, I know it sounds cliché, but it really does determine your altitude. Really, attitude and gratitude determine your altitude, because when you start thinking about, and whether you're selling real estate or you're selling cars, or you've got to go into an office every day and you've got a full-time job, this is still this is called crushing it in life, period. And we're going to be talking about real estate and how to really build our real estate businesses. But this works for teachers, and it works for pastors, and it works for administrative assistants and secretaries and account executives. This just works, period. So this is something, no matter what walk of life, what kind of profession you choose, this is really a point of having, we'll talk about abundance, especially when it's not finances.
All right, thank you, man.
Okay? Yeah. Right, go on to the next one. So gratitude is number 1, and really crushing it in 2022. And then we've talked about, we live in a country, and I just wrote down some things. I take notes, did a little bit of research. And so, you know what, if the worldwide income is $9,000 per year. And so a lot of us in this industry or in any industry, when you think about $9,000 a year, for some people, Kelvin, that's a small transaction in your neck of the woods.
Look, out here in California, it's called a condo.
Yeah. That's not a big transaction. Listen, you're scraping the barrel when you get a commission like that. But for a lot of people, especially when we're talking about real estate, man, that's one transaction a lot of times. And so when we start thinking about gratitude, I really try and keep things in perspective. And then when we talk about the median per capita household in the world, again, these are so 7 billion people in the world. And so if your household income is over $3,000 per year, then you're greater than a vast majority of people in the world. And so sometimes it's perspective, because I know we look at it, in terms of what's going on in our country. And as Americans, we are absolutely blessed. And I don't have another way to put it, because there are some folks out there. The average medium household, by the way, in the United States is right at $60,000. The average median household income is right at $60,000. And that'll probably grow in 2021, because this was as of 2020. If you got clean water, you're richer than 11% of the world. And again, I told this story recently that when my children were smaller and we were out playing in the yard, and I may have been doing some gardening or planting flowers or whatever, and I picked up the hose and the water hose and started drinking from the water hose. And they thought that something major had happened, and they ran the house and told my wife like I was gonna die. Oh my gosh, Daddy's drinking out of the water hose. Daddy's drinking out of the water hose. Come look, come get. They're almost ready to call 911. And so when we start thinking about, again, gratitude and things to be grateful for, a lot of us drink bottled water. I got a bottle of water right here on my desk right now. But if you could go to a faucet anywhere and turn it on, then you are richer than 11% of the world. And the same thing with electricity. We just literally, and so these are things, again, as we start thinking about it, because then this puts us in a different mindset and a different frame of mind. And so what we want to do is we want to work on our programming for victory. So now, instead of thinking about how bad my day was or how things didn't go right, I had an interesting week. I've got some transactions that were in escrow, and some of them have gotten hung up, and one of them actually canceled. But when I think about it, I'm going, and I'll go back to the 11%, or I'll go back to the 16%, or I'll go back to the per capita, and I'll look, and the programming is that I have to have is life always gets better. It always gets better. And if you don't think that way, we need to start thinking that way. Whether you are doing it now or whether you've never done it before, because our programming leads to our thoughts. And so when you think about this, and I'll just put it in this perspective, I always kind of preface it with a disclaimer. I don't know where you are on the pandemic and what we're going through as an entire world, but to be alive on December 18th, based on having come through and still in the midst of what our world is going through, means that I've got something better to do. There are better plans for me. So my programming is, well, why am I here? It must be something I'm supposed to be doing. And for me personally, I'm supposed to be helping people. And so my programming is every day that I get up, I look at my gratitude, I'm journaling on what I'm really thankful for. And then I know that I've got work to do. So that's the programming piece of it. And from that moment on, I know I begin to think about how I can help people and who I can help for the day. And so programming equals or leads to thoughts. And then your thoughts lead to feelings, because then the feeling is simply this: I am actually valuable. My feeling is I'm valuable today. And I'm a believer. I believe in God. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm going to put that out there. And so that guides a lot of what I do. But the fact that I woke up and I get a chance on earth to really make a difference in somebody else's lives, that makes me excited. And so when I start talking about thinking about what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, I know that there's somebody that's going to be coming in my path that needs a mortgage, that needs down payment assistance, that needs to sell their house and buy another one. And so in this industry and in my business, then I'm saying, oh my gosh, I woke up today. That means I got something to contribute. And so it makes me excited about the day. And yeah, I had some challenges yesterday, and I had, a loan get denied yesterday, but guess what? Today, we're starting all over. So programming lead to our thoughts, and our thoughts lead to our feelings, and then our feelings lead to our actions. So when I know that I've got somebody to help, or I'm literally here to help people every single day, the next thing that I'm looking for is who can I help? And so literally what I'm doing as a real estate agent, I'm picking up my phone. So now this becomes my, and I know Kelvin, you talk about, this becomes, we all got a superpower because we're literally almost like our own superheroes, but every superhero has a superpower, and some of them have what do you call it, Kelvin? I know my children and my wife are into Marvel and comics and comic books, but they've got a prop. I remember Wonder Woman had a plane that was invisible. And so, I mean, she could take that plane, and then she had a lasso that she used. So my phone is the actual thing that I use. So I got a superpower, but this is my weapon of choice. And so I know that the fact is I got to pick up the phone. Some people are really, really excellent on social media. And so they'll go to the computer and start doing, social media posts or creating campaigns. But because I know that I'm here to help somebody, then I've got to take action. And I've got to take concentrated action for a specific or certain period of time. And one of the things that we talk about actions is you've got to take actions every single day. And you cannot be tied, and we'll talk about this later too. There's a great class that I'm working on for 2022. You cannot be tied to the results. You got to be tied to the actions. But I know if I get up and take action every single day, then the results are going to get there. So I remember, when I had a full-time job, it didn't matter how I felt. I knew that I had to get up and go to work every day. And it was regardless of what I was feeling or how I needed to feel, the results were going to come. So programming leads to thoughts, thoughts lead to actions, leads to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results and realization. And so the realization, and we all have this. So the realization is we don't know what's going on with the finances in our company. I know, Kelvin, you worked one time for Chase. I worked for Home Savings of America. I worked for Citibank at one point. So I didn't know what was going on in the accounting department or the finance office. I just knew that if I took the actions that I needed, regardless of how I felt, the realization was every 2 weeks they were going to make a deposit into my account. So that's what point FAR is. You call it point FAR, programming. Leads to thoughts, thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to realization or results. And as a real estate agent, that's a great opportunity for us to make sure that we're doing our lead generation, which we're going to talk about. Okay. Next slide. We've got to write down what it is that we're looking for. And so we were really blessed. My wife and I went to New York City, and we were doing tours and things like that. And we were up on the Empire State Building, which at one point was the tallest building in the country. And they have this ledge that, it's not a ledge, but they have a deck that you can go and you can look all over New York City. standing there looking at that, and I was looking at some of the pictures as well, and you can still see it today. But man, the fact is that somebody, they didn't just say, hey, we're gonna build a building, and we're gonna build it 100 stories. I mean, you'll see the Sears Tower. They've got a couple of towers here in Los Angeles as well. In fact, if you've ever been near Staples Center, the new Ritz-Carlton, well, it's not new anymore, but they've got a Ritz-Carlton hotel right there across from Staples Center in the Marriott. And so you can go up and they've got, rooms where you can look out. The fact is somebody had a vision and they didn't just go and get, rebar and concrete and start digging. They actually had to write the vision. And so as agents, because we're building something, we've got to write the vision and we've got to rewrite it. So a lot of times it becomes, it's already in our head. We know how many deals we want to do. And so it's actually written in our mind, but what we've got to do is rewrite it. We've got to write it down and put it somewhere where we can see it. And so I'm not going to turn my camera around, but I've got like a chart and I can literally look at it every day when I walk into the room on what it is that I'm really focusing on. And we've got to refocus on what our why is. See, a lot of times we think that this is starting over, but you know why you're in real estate or why you want to be in real estate. You know why you do what you do. And so when we refocus on it and it's written down and it's written down in front of us, then we get an opportunity to really say, you know what, this is why I'm taking the actions that I'm doing. And so there are some concrete things that I want to be able to do. We all have families. Some of us have parents that we want to be able to take care of. I know my mother is getting older, and so she's becoming, and her welfare and well-being is starting to play a bigger part in why I do what I do. And so I'm rewriting that. That wasn't the case 2-3 years ago. So we've got to refocus and be really, really clear and sharp. And then, we've got a big we call it a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal. And so while you're focusing on, laser focus on the things that are really important to you, what would you do if money wasn't an object? Where would you go if money wasn't an object? What would you buy if money wasn't an object? And that's the big, hairy, audacious goal. Man, there's some places that I would literally love to go and live. One of the gentlemen that I follow was just in Dubai, and there's a building called the Burj Khalifa, which is actually the tallest building in the world. And so they actually have this suspended dining area. So it's actually a stove and they got a chef and you can actually have dinner suspended hundreds of stories in the air. That's crazy to me, but I want to do that. And so that's on my big, hairy, audacious goals. And even in the things that we're doing, who gets impacted by me dreaming big? So I've got nieces and nephews and cousins, and I've got business associates. And I'm always thinking about, if I continue to do what I promised myself that I would do, who gets impacted? How much impact can I have as an individual? I was at a memorial service just recently of a lady at my church. And there was a lady that came from London, England to the service. And again, she, in the middle of a pandemic, it literally took her days and days and days and all the red tape that she had to go through just to get out of the country. But this woman had such an impact on her. She said, there's no way that I'm not going to be there. And so not only can we have that kind of impact, on people that will celebrate us when we're gone, which is what happened, but I want to be able to have that impact so we can celebrate with each other, while we're still alive. So when I live my biggest and crush it in 2022, I'm going to be able to impact others, even because I dream big. Okay. Next slide, Kelvin. Vision is everything. And so we like action steps. And so Kelvin and I talk about this all the time, and Cornelius as well. So we've got to write down the 2 or 3 distinct opportunities that will be available for us. And I know we talk about 2022 is coming, but think about this. If you could identify something that you could have an impact on in the next 30 days, from December 18th to January 18th, what would one of those things be? I certainly know that I work with a couple of teachers, and frankly, you know, the world is getting ready to shut down for the holidays. But I've got some people that I'm actually going to be able to connect with, and they're going to have some time off and they're taking vacation. So I'm trying to figure out how we can connect in the next couple of weeks, and maybe get, you know, some offers in and get them approved. It may not be, you know, the full blown thing that I would do, but there's an opportunity out there for us in the next 30 days, in the next 60 days, to really be able to meet some of our goals. Is there a particular partnership or relationship that can benefit you in the next 30 or 60 days? So is it working with a banker, or is it finding, for me, it's figuring out what new programs are coming out in the beginning of the year, because a lot of times things happen in January. And then really identifying, you know, what are you really good at? And so Kelvin said, tell us a little bit about yourself. Well, there's a space that I've been in for a long time, and I've gotten really good at it. And so in 2022, I'm going to do more workshops. I'm going to do more.
Hey, Brother Mayor, I don't mean to interrupt you. You got
yes,
10
sir.
minutes, okay? A timekeeper.
You're my timekeeper. All right.
10 minutes.
Perfect. No. I'll be fine. In fact, I think I may only have one more slide. Go to the next one. So here's the opportunity. Transactions are still being done. And even in our community. In fact, I think this may be the last one. Unemployment is rising, but here's the opportunity. Interest rates are still low. Interest rates are still low. Now, I've heard some rumblings that interest rates are going to raise interest rates. I don't think that the economy is at a place, I think it's at a delicate place where they've got to be careful. In fact, the fact that they even talked about interest rates through the stock market, crazy, just the end of last week. But the opportunity is to understand that interest rates are still low. We're going to start to see some more inventory that's coming up because a lot of the moratoriums have expired, and we've got some other ones that are actually coming up or coming to an end at the end of the first quarter. And so you're going to start to see some more inventory. And so there are going to be great opportunities that are out there. And then just be an expert. Be an expert at whatever it is, whether it's in your community. For me, it is Southern California down payment assistance programs or state programs. It could be, I have a good friend of mine that's a coach, and he works with a specific industry. So he works with a network marketing industry. And then he works with females that are over 40 or over 45 in that particular industry. So he's really gotten it down to a demographic. And so it may be you may work with single moms, you may work with first-time homebuyers, you may work with doctors or teachers. And so whatever it is that you want to be able to do, identify something that you can actually be an expert at. And then add specific and significant value. So if you're in the medical industry, then you know exactly what some of the long hours may be like, or you may know exactly what they've been going through in terms of what they have to do to qualify. So bring specific value, because people don't care about how much you know until they know how much you actually care. And caring means that I'm bringing value to you on a consistent basis. And when you can do that, then you're really able to connect, and you're able to really, really make an impact on other people's lives. And I don't remember who said it, Kelvin, you may be able to help me with this, but someone said that when you help people get what they want, then you'll get what you want.
Zig Ziglar.
Zig Ziglar said that. Okay.
If you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want.
You'll get what you want. Okay. Let's see if we got another slide there, Kelvin.
So if I'm summarizing what I'm hearing you is that for success, you need to have a specific outlook or on vision of your success in your future. So if your mind is not correct and lined up right, you can actually sabotage yourself before you get started. So the right attitude, knowing what you're grateful, knowing your why, identifying your niche, that ideal client that you're looking for. And when you can focus on them things, then you can actually pursue it with much more vigor. And the chances of being sidetracked by things that's not in alignment with your goals, you won't miss it because you are focused. You know exactly who, you know why, and you know where.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. That's
Very good.
exactly right. And what we're doing is a lot of this starts with changing our morning. I can tell you this, and I'll end here, is that if you change your morning, you can change your life. And there are a couple of specific things that I really follow and connect with people on. I have a personal business coach, David Halpert. He's got a great video about just morning routines and what it really looks like. Happened to be at the EXP convention, in October, and we were in a session. It was a training session where a gentleman said he goes to bed at 8 p.m., but he's up at 4 a.m. and his day doesn't start until 8 a.m. And so we were really looking at it, and he said he spends his time meditating, journaling, working out from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. And he said, my goal every day between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. is to actually win the entire day. His day is really won between 4 and 8. So anything that happens after 8 a.m., it's kind of a cakewalk because he's already prepared for it. So he's already in a mindset of saying, he spent 4 hours saying, I'm going to win the day before the day actually starts. Because, most of the world kind of gets started at 8 a.m. So if you change your morning, you can change your life.
That's good, Amir. Preparation meets opportunity, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So there's some great tips there on changing your morning. There's some links as well.
So Amir, you can go ahead and sum up your presentation for us and where, summarize what you've done, what you've mentioned, important things for them to pay attention to in the area of mindset. Mindset to me starts with gratitude. There are two things. I ended with the morning, but starting the morning off the right way. But gratitude is probably the biggest part of mindset in literally winning. And gratitude, as we've talked about, I like to even end my day now with gratitude. Okay. So the links that you put up there on the slides, if anyone wants the links, I can drop them in the chat box for you or email them to you. Just put I think the links, and you can get to the links to David Halpern or Hal, and hopefully it'll be something that can help you just get your morning started right.
Yeah.
And
January 1st, we're doing we're going to do the Miracle Morning Challenge again, Miracle Morning for real estate agents. And it only takes getting up an hour earlier.
Yeah. So if anybody is interested in that, put in the chat box and we'll make sure you be part of that challenge also.
Absolutely.
Okay, Amir. So if you want to leave people with anything at this point in time, what would it be, Amir?
Let's make 2022 a great year. I think that we've been set up for the last couple of years to really be able to make a difference in what we're doing. And now is the time to really be able to absolutely crush 2022, because all of our fears and apprehensions, we talk about kind of going, Kelvin, I know you went to the dentist recently, but the fact is you survived it. You survived. So so even when I heard you were going, I was like, oh my goodness. But the fact is that when we survive our biggest fears and some of our biggest challenges, we're able to do great things. We're able to do great things once we literally put it in our mind. So mindset is the beginning of winning.
All right, awesome. Well, Mayor, I want to thank you for just presenting mindset. I think we started here because this is one of the things that a lot of times we as professionals, we miss the opportunity to be our best because we start with the wrong attitude or putting ourselves in the wrong place of mind state. So we sabotage before we ever get started.
Right.
So I want to make sure that we, as a group of real estate professionals, start the day off right with the hope and not hopelessness, with being optimistic rather than being pessimistic about your day. Because a lot of people will start their day not knowing it, saying, well, they're going to be a bad day. Nobody wants to buy a house. I don't have nobody want to talk to me. They just don't like me. I look different. I sound different. But the thing is, you are who you are. No matter what you perceive yourself to be, people see you just who you are. They look at your appearance, they look at your voice, your tonality, but on the inside, you can change that because that's attitude. So make sure you start the morning at your best, being positive with the view that you can rather than you can't. And I believe that'll change the trajectory of your 2022. Thank you very much, Amir, for your sharing. And we're going to move into the next phase of our conversation. And I'll introduce myself. And we're going to be next phase. We're going to talk about crushing and business planning. And then we're going to go into some social media marketing. I'm Kelvin Verrett. I'm known as the expert advisor. I'm a broker, coach, speaker, trainer, and I just love helping people. That is my superpower. I love helping people. Let me go ahead and pin this to the top. Right, good. I love helping people. And so one of the things that I plan in my plans is for myself is to just make sure I can help as many people as I can become successful in the area of real estate. I currently am coaching right now, working with a lot of new buyers. I mean, not buyers, but agents that's coming to the business and not really knowing where they're placed at in the market. So we're helping them develop some things in the area of their business planning. So we did this here this year. This is our second annual, is to really help to make a difference in the lives of the agents that surround us. And hopefully today, what I share with you will help put you in a perspective, a little different perspective of what you can do in this area of real estate versus what you can't do. So I'm going to go into some of the things I'm going to cover, maybe a little bit about what Amir has already shared, but I want you to be able to grasp what we're going to share here in the area of business planning for 2022. And a little bit about my background of who I am, so why you should listen to me, is that I've been in business for 21 years, over 21 years. I'm a real estate broker. I own my own real estate mortgage and escrow company at a while. And I've since then associated myself with other real estate brokers, the franchise models to help myself to be, have a better, greater edge and leverage. And currently right now I am with eXp Real Estate. And I am helping train new agents as well as coaching, and I do speaking engagements. So if you guys ever need someone to motivate, to talk, to speak, then I'm your guy, okay? So let's get into what I want to share with you today in the area of of my presentation. And planning for success. I call this crushing in 2022. Planning for success is so essential because a lot of times we'll get up in the morning and say, I'm going to be successful today, but we have no plan in place. We have nothing written down. We have no guidebook, and we're just going to be successful. And I can tell you this, guy, success only comes before work in the dictionary. Okay, you got to be work for success, and it's going to cause you some personal sacrifice. It's going to cause you some discomfort, but you must put yourself in a position that says, look, I'm willing to sacrifice some things to get the things that I want. And so what I want to do today is I want to help you with the place of sacrifice, where you can get the things that you actually want and you can have the things that you deserve in life, because God only wants the best for you. So in this case here, I want the best for you. So if I can do anything today to help you today, take down some notes and get one thing that I share with you, and hopefully that'll make a difference in your career. So let's talk about planning for success. And I did a definition lookup, and I just went to the Webster, or I went to Wikipedia online and said, what is a business plan? Because a lot of us will say, I got this business plan, but what is a business plan? And let's look up the Webster dictionary version of it, of what a business plan. It said a business plan is a formal written document containing the goals of a business, the methods for attaining those goals, and the time frame for the achievement of the goals. So your business plan for your business to be successful must be strategic and intentional. What is it? Goals, methods, time frame. So I know where I want to go. I know the method I'm going to use to get there, and I know the time I'm looking to arrive. These are mechanisms that will drive your business. And these are things I want to cover today in this Crushing 2022. Go a little bit further. It says that business plan, it also describes the nature of the business, the background information on the organization, the organization's financial projections, and the strategies intended to implement and achieve the stated targets. Now, no business can start and become successful without a plan, without knowing the cost, without putting yourself in place to have the things that you want. So to be successful in business, you got to have these mechanisms in place, written down, because even if you was going to start your business and you're going to become you want to go to the bank and get a loan. You know, you have to have this business plan in place. They have to look at your projections. Did you do the things it takes to put it in place? Or can they trust your idea of your vision for what you have for your business to be successful? So if you don't have it clear and articulated correctly, you won't get the loan for the business. Well, I would say take that same principle, and if you want to be successful in business, then without going to get a loan, you must have these things in place so you know what your financial projection is going to be. If I put in $1, how much I'm looking for my return on investment. So then what are the things I need to do to make this happen? So let's talk about that a little bit further. And it goes down to the second point I want to add to this here is that it is entirely this document, this business plan is going to be your roadmap to success. Okay, it's going to provide you a direction for your business, and things can come up, the shiny things on the side of you going different directions than you. Because you have the steering mechanism, you won't get sidetracked, start doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You'll stick with your A, B, C, your three, the top three. You won't get distracted because many times people will come up and want to sell you some new, bright, shiny idea. It is not part of your business model. And you go off doing something that you never intended to do because it's not your passion point. You're looking for a short road to get to success. But I'll say this to you, use your business plan and stick to it for 12 months. And I guarantee you will have the results you're looking for if you do the things that we put before you today in the area of your business plans, okay? Let's go a little further here. Let's talk about planning for success. And I want to go to the question here. Say, where are you right now in your business? Right now in your business, if you look at your business right now, where are you right now? And are you where you want to be? Have you achieved the things that you set out for in 2021? And it's okay, guys, if you have not. It's very much okay. The thing is today is to help you get rid of the self-sabotaging behaviors, self-sabotaging beliefs, and put yourself in a perspective where I can rather than I failed yesterday. See, if you failed yesterday, that was yesterday, the past, you cannot change. But you can change tomorrow. You can change today by starting right now to say, I am passionate about what I do. My mindset is I can win at everything I put my hand to, and I'm going to learn, I'm going to grow, I'm going to get the tools necessary to become successful in this arena. We're going to crush it in 2022. The next thing I would say is that, actually, your question is, do you have a written plan of action? Is it written down? And Amir mentioned something in his presentation that he has it stuck on his wall. Every time he comes into his office to do any work, he looks at that business plan. He look at that guide. He look at that goal setting chart to say, am I on track or am I doing the things necessary to achieve this goal? And if it's not, then he has to course correct to stay in alignment with the written plan. It means that he has to drop the extra things he picked up because it looked good, because it's not a part of his plan. You see, if it's not part of your plan, you cannot go chase it after that. You must stick with the plan to be successful. Stick with your plan to be successful. Okay. The third thing I would ask you this question
before
here
you move on, I just wonder, could I just add really quickly on that, stick with your plan?
Yes, sir.
And it's simply because even in writing things down, one of the things that we talk about in all of us who have flown before, especially if you fly international, there are multiple ways to get from here to Paris, France. but there's actually a flight plan that each pilot has to put in. And so when you actually get into the cockpit as the pilot to go to Paris, France, even though there are multiple ways that you can go to get there, in the same plane, you have to stick to that plan or you're going to cause damage to other people. And you could even lose your life by not following the written flight plan. And so, there are tons of ways. They could go the continental route, the transcontinental route, but whatever way they choose and they actually write down as the plan to get from LAX to Paris is the one that they have to stick to.
Yeah, very good, Amir. So
sorry about that. I thought about that.
No, that was good, Amir. That was good. So the question I have for you is that, did you hit your goals this year? And if you didn't, this is not for me, it's for you, then why not? Okay, if you hit your goals this year, great. If you didn't, why not? So now I want to give you the next segment of what I was going to speak about with success. Is all success must start with one thing, and any goal must start with one thing: vision. Do you have the capacity to dream and dream big? Amir mentioned that big, hairy, audacious goal. That's something that's so lofty that you think it scares yourself to even think about it. But I'll say this to you: if your mind can conceive it, your body can achieve it. So you have to believe it before you ever can achieve it. So faith in yourself, faith in the tools and the system that you have is going to be essentially important for you to create the success that you dream about, that your visions are. So your goals is going to be anchored in your vision for the future. It's what it is a undetermined outcome of something that you believe that can happen, but your vision becomes a reality, becomes substance to something that you don't have in your hand yet. It starts compelling you to move forward, to grow, to stretch yourself, to be uncomfortable, to have the things that you desire. So it becomes so driving that you will not do anything to sabotage. You won't go anywhere without checking your charts to make sure that you're in alignment with your plans, with your goals, with your strategies in place. And that's why it's so important, because we can talk a lot of things today and you miss it because you didn't have the things written down. You forgot the why you started this here thing. You forgot the reason that you take the phone calls and you go through the rejection. You forgot why you're knocking on doors. You see, and that self-sabotaging beliefs comes, and a lot of times it doesn't come from you, it comes from sources around you. But do you know most of the world right now is negative? They're pessimistic about the outcome of the future, about their life, about their future, about their relationships. So you cannot pay attention to the people that's going in the opposite direction of you, because you're very optimistic about everything that's in life, because you're a winner, you're an achiever, and you can have everything that God has put forward for you to have on this planet if you align yourself with the purpose and the plan. So before we start talking about markets and strategies, anything of that nature, I want to talk about clarity, focus, direction for your business. Ask you this question here: who is your ideal client? Envision, okay? Meaning that perfect client that you meet them, they want to buy a $5 million house, they're going to look at one house, write a contract, and go to escrow. Who is that client? What do they look like? Amir mentioned something in his presentation about demographics and who is he after? What's your niche? And when you want to know that is, where are you in the area of identifying that ideal client? And a lot of times the ideal client for you would circle around your personality of who you are. And you see, there are people that you just like to be around, the kind of people that you think are fun, and the people that are movers and shakers. Well, if that is your ideal client, then what kind of work do they do? What kind of income they earn? What kind of profession? I mean, what kind of, where they visit at? Where they hang out at? Where they do the social engagements at? What do they focus on the most? And then your strategy for your business has to encompass that ideal client. So a lot of times we'll be out there trying to generate business, throwing stuff on the wall and saying, hoping something pop out. You see, you'll spend a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of frustration if you don't know who you're trying to attract. So on your marketing scape and your deal looking for your commodity as in real estate, you must know who that client looks like. Where do they go to church? Are they religious? Are they not religious? Do they like to drink? Do they not like to drink? They like basketball? They like football? Whatever that is, when you identify that person and you intentionally go after that person, you'll find your success rate goes higher and higher because your conversion rate will be higher because you're with like-minded people or people that's in alignment with your plan. So don't try to get any client. Let's get the specific clients that you're looking for. That'll be in your marketing. We'll talk about that a little bit more. So let me ask a question. What do you love to do? Hopefully it's helping people because real estate is a people's business. People say it this way, it's a belly-to-belly business. And if I'm going to be belly-to-belly with you, I better like you a little bit because I can't be that close with nobody that I don't like, okay? So when you're going to be belly-to-belly, then do stuff and be around people that you love to be around, okay? Then hopefully it's not broke people. Now, there's a place for broke people, but when they're buying houses, it doesn't help you at all in your business because remember, you're in not a social environment. It's sociably, but it's not sociable in the area you just want to hang out. I'm sociable in an environment that can allow me to achieve my goals by helping people get what they want so I can get what I want. I want to sell houses. I want to have a bright future, and people want to buy houses, and they need my services and my professionalism to get there. So do what you love, and then know what you don't love. What I mean say that is that things that you like, people that repulse you, and people that you don't want to be around, know that for a fact because you don't want that person as a client because 9 chances out of 10, that person will not close escrow with you because every time they go to look at a house with you, they grimacing and you grimacing, you talking up, they talking down, you talking sideways, they're talking round the clock, and it's just not compatible. So let's try to identify that person, that perfect client for you. I call it my EXP Sam. Okay, and because I'm with EXP Real Estate, I call it EXP Sam. Who is that EXP Sam? He's a white collar worker. He makes over $150,000 a year. He's a person that loves sports. He loves golf. You follow me, right? So I'm building my marketing plan by identifying my client because that's who I want to attract. So let's put it this way here: a guy hates basketball, but he loves football. I love basketball, but I'm gonna go to this guy that loves football, and I'm gonna start talking about basketball. Chances are he and I are not gonna go to jail that much. But if we both like basketball or we both like football, then we get to talking about real estate, and you spend 90% of our time talking about football and basketball. That's what sells the house. Relationships. You see, you got to be able to identify with the person. So know that we're gonna cover that further in the coaching program, okay? But what do you believe in? Okay, know your vision for your business. What is the vision for your business? I got some things written down. I'm talking and I go, what do you love? What you don't love to do? What do you believe in? And what is your vision for your business? Is it clear? Do you have it written down? That's what I want to know. And it's okay. Today is about that date. So you can start today. By December 31st, you should be pretty specific on what you want to do. And guess what, guys? Your business plan could change. Your strategy can change along the way. It's just starting you down the path. You find some things work well. You continue with some things that work so well. You change it or get rid of it and you put something else in this place. But you're specifically going toward the vision and the goal that you set. So vision is very important. And the last thing I'll say is, what is your why? Why are you doing the business? Okay. Why are you doing? Now, for myself, my why is this here. It pays really well if you do it really well. Now, somebody say, I just do the business, I don't want no money, I just want to help people. Okay, then well, you give me the money to help all the people. Because money is not important, but it's right there with oxygen, you know? look, money is not everything, but money sure makes life better, okay? So I'm not a person that chasing money, I'm chasing service. And the byproduct of service, good service, is money. Okay, so I'm taking the byproduct, I'm taking the leftovers from what I'm providing of value add to my people that I'm trying to serve. So let's talk about the why, and let's talk about vision. And this is just it. So once I got my vision in place, I know what I'm looking to achieve. This is very general. It's stuck to the wall, no substance to it, but it's there. Now I got to look at what? Goals. Now what that is, they say a goal without a plan is just a dream. Okay, so if your goal with a plan, goal without a plan is a dream. Goals with a plan is success. Okay, so I got a goal in place, I got vision, and now I'm pushing forward to my success. So let me ask a question of you and your goals. Okay, what is your vision for the next 3 to 5 years in your business? I'm not talking about your personal and your finances. That is the same thing should be in each category, your personal, your financial, and your personal, financial, and family. You should have these 3 components nailed out in any business plan, because your business plan for your business cannot overshadow your plans for your family. Okay, your business plan for your business cannot overshadow your personal plans for yourself. And everything about you is about success, about knowledge, about growing in your business. So know your next 3 to 5 years. And guys, at the end, I'm going to offer you something, a free coaching for 30 minutes. And then I'll give you a link to that also. And I'll help you put together a plan if you're stuck in any one of these areas that I'm going to cover. Okay, the next one is, what are 3 goals that you're looking to accomplish in the next 90 days? That means you got your 3 to 5 year goal, but now in 90 days, I'm going to do what? What is that? And write it down. It doesn't matter. Scare yourself. I'm going to contact 500 people. I'm going to have 3 listings. I'm going to sell 2 houses. Whatever that is, just write it down. And it's okay if it scares you. Scare yourself. Look, a little fear is healthy. And when I say not fear of immobilizing, but just make you say, man, can I really do that? That's okay, because you're going to surround yourself with people that can do that, that are doing that, that's going to help you get to where you want to go. That's why everybody should have a coach. Everybody should have an accountability partner. Nobody should be doing this business alone, because this is not a solo business. This is a business of networking and building yourself up with the help of others, because everything that you want to do in your real estate career has already been done, and been done at a high level and very successful. I call it this way here: see it, rip it off, personalize it, make it yours. Whatever you see out there that's working, you know, agent, we rip it off. What that mean? I'm gonna take this here, all the stuff I got here. This is not original Kelvin. Somebody else said it, somebody else did it, and I ripped it off. Why? I made it mine. And I'm not stealing. I am learning from the best. So if I want to be the best, I'm going to learn from the best. So know what your 3 goals are in the 90 days. You're going to accomplish 90 days. Then we're going to go a little further. What are your 3 goals you're going to accomplish in the next 30 days? What is that? I am going to do what? Give me 3 things that you're going to do in the next 30 days, next 90 days, and your vision for the next 3 to 5 years. Now, you may not get this done in this session, but I just wanted you be able to see exactly where you want to go at in the next 3 to 5 years, 90 days and 30 days. And these are achievable. What you say, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. So you don't start with your 5-year goal in vision, but you start with your 30-day goal in action. So that means I'm going to make some big, hairy, or bodacious steps that's going to be moving me into the direction of my 3 to 5 year goal. And everything has to be in alignment, because you know you start with 30 days and it expands itself out like this here. So as it expands itself out, it gets to your bigger long-term goals. So let's get the 30-day goals in place. Then you're going to break that down and have a weekly goal. But I'm not going to go that far down, but you do understand the point what I'm trying to say. So know this here. Know the main source of your business. Okay, my perfect client. Know what my lead source is going to be for me to accomplish my goals. Know the price points of what it's going to cost me to make these goals a reality. Because many times we'll start a business and not even have our financials in place. Well, I'm doing real estate. I said, well, what's your budget? They said, well, I don't know, I don't have one. Well, come on now, how are you going to accomplish something and don't know how you're going to pay for it? You have to know how you're going to pay for it. And I'll give you some things that's going to be cost you a little more to do. Then there are going to be some things that are going to be very small budget. But either way, you can get this started and you can make it work. And I guarantee it, because I know I've done it. I sold my biggest year, I think I sold 122 houses. And that was like on steroids. 122 houses. Now, it wasn't me just by myself. It was me and my team, because I was broke. I got my agents together. But 122 houses came through my business. Okay? Big success. Let's talk about the things I want you to do here. It's called SWAT. You guys may have heard this term before. You need to create a SWOT analysis of your business right now. Where you are, you want to look, identify, and what the SWOT stands for. I did look it up for you guys, okay? And this is a sample chart. Now, let me know in the text box. I will send this out to you. You get your own chart and your own SWOT analysis. You're going to look at right now where you are if you're already in your business. And if you haven't started your business yet, then you're going to identify yourself with your strengths and your weaknesses. Okay, so SWOT analysis, and this here is going to help you out tremendously to identify your business. So let's look at what the SWOT analysis will tell us here. Okay, that's called strengths, weaknesses, opposition, and threats. No, strength, weaknesses. Let me get where I'm going at here.
Opportunities.
Opportunities. Thank you, Amir. Opportunities and weaknesses. Okay, threats. So when you identify these areas, you're gonna know the areas that you're really good in. You're gonna know the areas you're gonna need help in. So this is gonna help you build a team. And then real estate is a team sport. What does that mean to you? Is that you got to build, like if you're a real estate agent, you need to know some home inspectors, you need to know handyman, you need to know some escrow companies, you need to know some mortgage companies, you need to know some title companies. And these will be your team that's going to help you in the area that you need help in to do business effectively. You're going to need tools. You're going to need people because you may not be good at marketing. So if you spend all of your day trying to do a marketing piece that you can pay somebody $10 to do, then you're not doing the most highly effective things in your business. So the SWOT analysis is going to help you identify the areas that you're strong in, you're gifted in, and you focus on them the most, and you get people to help you with the other areas that you're not so strong in. And that's where you want to know what you're doing with your business. So if I look at your SWOT analysis, let me ask a question. What is your local market knowledge? Meaning that in the area you're in, you're trying to sell homes in, what do you know about the market? Do you do researches on how many houses come in the market, how many homes sold in the last 90 days? Do you do research on the type of homes, the values that's being sold, what's being selling the most? Because if you don't know your area, then you're going to spend your marketing dollars in the wrong place. That's not going to give you the highest rate of return. So what you got to do is identify your area, your market. So every day as a real estate professional, you're going to study the market, what the interest rates are, how many homes sold yesterday, how many homes were listed yesterday, how many homes sold this year. You need to know is prices increasing or decreasing. You need to know how to write your offer strategically so that your offer will get accepted rather than being rejected. If you're not a student of the market, you will fail in your business. So how familiar are you with the area that you're in trying to sell real estate in? Do you know the local communities, the big subdivisions, the small subdivisions? Do you know the income areas that's in certain areas where you're living at? Because every neighborhood has a separate income bracket. So if you know these things, when a client calls you up, you're a wealth of information. You are a resource. And one of the things that people want, they want this concierge service. So if you're showing a value, then you must be in position to offer them a valuable information. Or you be a value of them, or you just somebody going to sign a contract and put them in escrow. So you to be an effective agent, you must have value. Okay. And let me ask a question then. What made you decide to pursue real estate rather than something else? Know that. It's important. That's your strength and your weaknesses. Because if you understand your passion point about real estate, you're going to be able to operate in that area, period. It's going to help you achieve your goals. Know your why. Okay. Know your budget. What's your finances for this area of real estate? Are you budgeted for it? And if you're not, then your SWOT analysis will help you understand these things, and you will make the areas that's weak stronger. So now the question I would ask you is this here, is strategy. I have my vision, I got my goal, I got the vision for the future, I got my goal in place, and I understand my strengths and my weaknesses. Now, let me implement a strategy. What does that mean? That means that I've got this wonderful goal, I got this vision, but I don't know how I'm going to get there. So what I'm going to create a strategy. What that means, I'm going to be in the back room with my resource, my business partners, with my mentor, with my accountability partner, with my coach. How do I get these things done? Because everything that you want to do in real estate has already been done at a high level, currently being done at a very successful level. You just don't know how to do it yet. So when you start to put your strategy together, you're going to get the best tools, the best networking buddies around, the best lead resources, the best everything to put together your strategic plan. So what can you do right now with your business plan that you want to do, what you can do right now with your business plan, and what you can't do right now with your current business plan? And then where the area of can't, that's one of your weaknesses, fix that and fill it in place, okay? I want you to get your business plan in place on paper by December 31st. That means you got 12 days, 13 days left by December 31st. Get yourself an accountability partner, okay, or coach. This is part of your strategy, okay? It says, well, how is that my strategy? That's not getting clients, but these things he'll put you in position to when you get the clients, you'll be able to manage them. I'll give you some tools on how to handle that portion. Get your systems in place to handle your new business for 2022. Meaning that in this area of technology and real estate and social media, the way we used to do business has changed. It's not the same anymore. So what you got to do is modernize yourself. Those people that do not welcome in the change that we have, gonna be left behind. If you're not on social media, you're gonna be left behind. If you're not marketing through social media, you're gonna be left behind. If you're not in the digital age right now, you're gonna be left behind. There is no more carrying paper books around and stuff. Everything is digital. Your clients are searching for homes on their cell phone. So if your marketing materials in place, they gotta be cell phone friendly. They gotta be able to shrink down and not be all off the page. How many of you guys have been to them crazy websites where you where you go to somebody's website and you go on your phone and it's all strolled off to the side? You know, it's all on. That's a person that's not keen to technology. When people look at you for business, guys, they judge you in the first 10 to 30 seconds on what they'll click through your page. If they land on your page, go boop and out in 5 seconds, that's called a bounce. It's what they seen at the very onset, say you're not the right one, you're not the professional form. So you got to make sure you have people in place to help you do your business right. Okay, get your systems in place. The next thing I'll have for you is we're going to talk about is strategic lead generation. In this business, we're in the business of generating leads. What does that mean? Looking for my perfect EXP Sam or your perfect, whatever company you're with, Sam, that ideal client, and that called lead generation. So that means that I'm gonna have to have a specific plan in place to attract the people that I want to do business with, and hopefully they like me enough to do business with me. So I'm going to generate leads, and every lead I generate, everybody's not going to like me. They're not going to be aligned with my vision, my values, my goals, and I would choose not to work with them. True story, guys. True story. I have clients that I've had to actually fire, meaning that I have to say that, you know what, it's not a good fit. I don't think I'm going to be able to help you. And I was brave enough to say that because it'd be injustice for me trying to serve them just to chase the money. I'd rather give you the service and make no money than to try to get the money and be frustrated and just not happy. So I would refer them to another agent and get a referral, of course, but that they can be more compatible with, that can help them achieve their goals. Because the most important thing is the client, not just me. So lead generation. So to generate leads, you must know how you're going to do so. Your SWOT analysis is going to help you identify that. One thing you're going to need a database management system. You're gonna need, my system I use with my company is called KD Core. It's about a $6,000 a year system. I get it for free, okay? But it's a system that helps me with text messaging, emailing my weekly newsletters, has video built into it. It allows me to post to Facebook. It allows me to do all my type of campaign I want to do through this system, because my business is generating leads. And I know that out of the leads that I get, 1 out of every 4 leads I will be able to attain, have a conversation with, possibly have an appointment that will lead to a contract. So I know that I'm in the business of massively creating leads. And so your lead generation system will help guide you there. And what are you going to use to generate your leads? Some people are going to do cold calling. And the cold calling is something that I believe that people in the area of and cold calling in the area of people that will you call. It's the most effective and cheapest way that you can lead generate. Okay, and that means that you pick up the phone, and in fact, I was under the Tom Ferry school, and we had to get the phone book out, and we were starting the A's, the B's. You know, you guys know what the phone book is? It's a big book about this big, and it's called white pages or yellow pages. The yellow pages for business, white pages for home phone numbers. And we'd open the phone book up and start dialing the A's, the B's. And do you know we drew business out of the phone book? Just dialing people, cold calling. But you know what? You had to call 200 people a day. Whoa, that was tough. So in this new modern age that we have technology, there's systems that you can do that can auto dial for you. You don't have to do all the calls. And this is the most inexpensive way to cold call. A good system will run you about anywhere from $200, let's say $200 a month. There's a $3 on it, and it will dial the numbers for you, and then provide you the data sources, and it calls, and whoever picks the phone up, you talk to. The phone just ring, it just goes to the next call, next call, next call. In fact, there's a few people online here that use the dialing system and has been very successful with making the phone calls and making contacts. And one of my students here is Sherry Lee, and she's been doing a cold call. Sherry, you might unmute and tell us a little bit about your cold calling, because I think you're cold calling queen right now.
I don't know if I'm the cold calling queen, but I've been doing it, maybe about 3 months or so.
Okay.
Yeah, so daily I at least give myself an hour of making these calls out, and it's so easy. I'm walking around because you can do it from your phone. You don't have to be sitting at your computer. And so I'm making these calls out while walking around the house, and it's just easy. And it's just one call after another. I've gotten some leads from these cold calls and outbound calls that I've been making. So
okay,
I like it.
All right, excellent. Now I'm gonna share a little bit of your story, if you don't mind. Okay. Sherry, when we first started off, a little bit apprehensive, as most of us are, because we hate rejection. And you start to block yourself out from making the phone calls, and because you don't want anybody to tell you no. But that's part of the game. For every 4 no's you get, you're gonna get a yes. So every time somebody tell you no, you say, hot dog, optimistic mindset, right? That's a no. They said, what you so excited about? I didn't say I was gonna do business with you. I know, but you my 3rd no. So that means the next guy gonna be a yes. Thank you very much. They said, well, this dude is crazy. Yeah, I am crazy about success. But see, if I take that as a pain point, I don't want to talk to the next person. But if I take that as the one step closer to my opportunity to get a possible lead or a listing, then I'm excited about making that phone call. And that's where mindset comes in place. And Sherry, I think you're doing a great job. You continue on doing what you're doing, and I know you'll be very, very successful. Very, very successful.
So these leads that I've generated or that I'm getting, even if it doesn't turn into a sale right away, I'm able to add them to my my contacts. And so I can keep in contact with them, and eventually, hopefully they will become a lead. But I'm just building up my database.
Awesome, awesome. Now you hear this, right? What she's talking about is nurturing. That's something I teach in the coaching program. Nurturing, see, but somebody tell me not right now, because most people say I'm not interested right now, but the average person will sell their home in 3 to 5 years. So what you're gonna do is put them in your incubation program. It's called nurturing, and you're gonna send them out monthly newsletters. You're gonna send them out your monthly market reports about the area. Also newsletters that you're gonna send out weekly, update them on the market statistics. Why? Because you're the market expert. You do your research, and you're gonna give them valuable information, and you're gonna stay in touch. And when they get ready to pull the trigger, guess what? You're gonna be the agent of choice, because you're gonna be top of mind, because you cold called, you turned a cold lead into a warm lead through nurturing. And you're gonna be the agent in 3 to 5 years or sooner. Then you got another process on that. You follow up with them every 60 days and just check it in and see if there's anything you can do for them. And you end with this wonderful phrase. I learned this at Keller Williams. By the way, who do you know that's looking to make a move in the next 12 months? Are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? And shut up and listen. They say, oh, Sherry, Kelvin, thank you very much for calling. And I don't know anyone right now. And you say, okay, thank you very much. And you leave a phone call alone, but you check in every 60 days. Because what happens is they're going to be at work at the water cooler, and their friend going to say, I want to buy a house. I'm thinking about selling my home. They say, oh, you know what? You should call my agent. Now, they identified you as the agent because they don't have another agent besides you that's loving on them just because. So that's part of the coaching. So I'm gonna go a little further. So cold call it. So if you're gonna cold call, cost you about anywhere from $150 to $200 a month. If you're interested in it, I have a group that I put together, and you can get your costs down to 1/3 of that or less, and have the same features, everything else, and offer that to my coaching students and people that wants to succeed in the area of cold calling, and I'll teach you how to do that, no problem. The next thing you can do in your lead generation, one is go after FISBOs. How do you do that, Kelvin? You can pick up Craigslist, you go to the Craigslist or different places on the internet where they list are for sale by owners, and you get their phone numbers and you call them up. And you prospect them. That's where you're going to get your leads from, because to be successful at any of your goals in real estate, you have to have leads, lots of them. Tons of them. I'm going to tell you about the lead, your investments on opportunity there. The next thing you want to identify, the third way I will give to you is social media marketing. By far, social media marketing is the best lead generation opportunity and cheapest and most affordable that you can do right now today. Why? Because your perfect client is in the area of 30 to 45 years old that's buying houses right now. You got to know that. They're the lion's share of the house being bought. Above 45 to 60 years old, they're downsizing, they're selling homes, and they're buying other homes. So you know your market, okay? So where is that demographic of people at? They're on social media. Where are they? On Facebook. They're on Instagram. They're on Clubhouse. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. That's not big on Twitter, but Twitter is some of them that people do. So what you're going to do, you got to come up with a marketing budget for that. What does that mean? You're going to start marketing your business on the social media platforms, and I'll show you how to do that. If you're interested in it, I will help you get it set up and show you how to put the marketing plan together. Got sell a system that really works. Okay, so the budget that you need to have for social media marketing is a minimum of $200 and up to $1,000 a month will help you generate massive leads. You can use such things as Google AdWords, Instagram, Facebook, Yelp, if you want to publish in Yelp. Yelp gets a lot of leads out. A lot of times they're leads, but it could be costly, but you're spending anywhere between about $500 a month for a healthy Yelp lead. Zillow is still out there, but they're not buying houses no more. You might have heard about that, but that's another time. Realtor.com, Craigslist are areas that you can use for your internet type of marketing lead generation. And there's some wonderful things that you can do. You can post to Craigslist for free, by the way. Okay, you don't have to spend no money there. Okay, the last thing I would say is that you would have yourself, I did mention your CRM, your lead generation system. That's very important for you. The lead generation system is going to help you maintain the influx of leads that you get, going to help you grow your business strategically, and you'll be able to show. And in fact, we talked about business and models and how much it will cost you. I did a sheet here. Let me share this with you guys. I think this would be helpful for you. Let me share the screen here. Let's see here. I'm gonna change screens for you, and it's called the lead generation calculator I use for generating my business. Where is it at? Oh, I had it open on my computer. I guess I won't show it to you because it's not open no more. Okay, all right, go back to my presentation then. I thought I had it here. I want to share this with you. Oh, there it is. Okay, I can share it. Let me share this with you. And when I say working on a budget, this is important to work on your budget. And this is something I got from friends of mine that I'm coaching with. And this here is how you determine your budget. And so this is a sample here. You say, what is your daily budget for your lead generation? And if you had a $10 a day budget for generating your leads, that would be about $300 a month, your total budget. You can see that on the sheet here, right? $300 right here. So you would generate $10 a day, and if your leads cost you $5 per lead, you would generate and then the rule of thumb is 1% conversion rate. If you're in your niche market, you may bump up to 2 or 3% conversion rate because you're identifying with people that like what you like, that's circling the same places you circle in, so you'll have a relationship building outside of the real estate opportunity, so your conversion rate will be much higher. This is why it's so important to be around people that's like-minded and find your business in them pools, because that's where it's going to work out for you. Let's say your average commission on your sales of a $500,000 home at 3% will be $15,000 per transaction. With $10 a day budget, you would create 2 leads a day, and your budget of $300 a month will give you 60 leads over the time of the month. And each lead is valued at $150 based on the $5 per lead cost. It'll give you 0.6 transactions. So you know, and I know, we can't sell a half a house. So is that budget realistic to generate 1 client through the medium that I'm going to go, whether it's Facebook, whether it's AdWords, whether it's Zillow, whether it's Realtor.com, wherever it's at? Is that effective? No, because I want to at least generate 1 lead a month. I mean, 1 lead out of my marketing dollars or more. So 1 transaction, not a lead, but transaction. So what I have to do at this point here, I would have to go through and change my lead cost down to $2. Facebook lead cost will cost you, effective lead will cost you about $1.50 to $2. And now with a $2 per cost per lead at a $300 budget, I would get 5 leads a day. You see the difference in it? I would have 150 leads per month. Guess what it would give me? 1.5 transactions. So knowing this is so important, return on investment, and looking for the investment. I got a 7,400% return on my investment if I use this method. So if I don't know how to strategically market my plan, then I can be spending my money ineffectively. How many of you guys right now are spending a budget out there and you're not getting no leads from it, or you're not getting no conversions from it, because this metrics that you have is not lining up? So I would say to you, if you're going to go on Google AdWords, guess what happens? Your conversion rate, your lead cost is about $8 a lead. Okay, so with $8 a lead, with a 1% conversion rate, what would we give you? 1.3 leads a day, give you 37 leads per month, and they give you 0.38 leads per transactions. That means that you will get into from that lead. So is that effective marketing? No, it's not. That's called throwing money down the drain. So you know, if you're working with a small budget, then we have to reorganize on where we're going to place our marketing budget at, so we get a return on investment that's going to actually pay us, and not where we're paying somebody else just to be saying I'm out there. Brand, you want to become an influencer, you want to be branding. So I will show you how to social media market. I will help you with a social media calendar. I'll help you with the postings and all the things that you need to do. That's what I do through my coaching and mentoring program. There's a cost associated with it. Then it's free for a lot of people also. And if you want to know about it, I can show you how to do it, but I can help you set your business up to be successful, where you can go on the next 12 months and sell an extra, no guarantees, 10 to 20 houses, if you do the things that I ask you to do. And this is called lead generation. So know where you're going to market at, know how much it's going to cost you, and what's your return of investment. That's just a sample there, guys, what I wanted to show you on that lead generation platform. Now, we're going to go back to our marketing presentation. Now, lead generation is key. If I'm going to sell any amount of houses, I must have an effective lead generation system, okay? Without a lead generation system, you're just a glorified agent, stealth, nobody knows who you are, you don't have no marketing plan, you don't have no exposure going on, and therefore you're missing huge opportunities on how to be successful in your business. All right, so let's go to the next stage. What I would say to you right now is you got to be ready to take massive action. What does that mean? I mean, I have to take some big, hairy, audacious steps in my business. What that mean, Kelvin? I'm going to put a business plan together. That's what that means. I'm going to set a budget. That's what that means. I'm going to build my tools, my systems, and my network of people that can help me get to where I want to go. If you're the smartest kid in the room, you're in the wrong room. Surround yourself with people that are smarter than you are, that's doing more than you have done, or you currently doing, that's achieving, and them people will help you. You're going to say, you know what, I want to know how to say, can you help me with that? And they'll start telling you things that you never even thought about. So don't try to reinvent the wheel, what I'm trying to say to you. Get around people that already have done it and currently doing it at a high level, and glean off of what they're doing. Get connected with a good company. I'm not biased, but I am biased in a way. eXp Real Estate is one of the best companies that I've ever been involved with, better than my company that I own myself. The tools, the technology, the training, the agent support, and the ownership, I'm not trying to sell EXP, but I am throwing a plug out there. If you're out there an agent, you're not with EXP Real Estate, you should look at it really good. The business model is sound. They give you, I mean, it's just good. So let me give you some things right now. Take massive action. Commit to your goals for the next 12 months. I'll put it this way here. Your intention will tell whether or not you succeed, meaning that you write your goals down, you put them together, you don't do anything that's on the goal sheet. You don't have an accountability partner. You don't have a coach. You have nobody helping you with your business. Then it's just something written on a piece of paper because it's not really identifying with your why. It's not identifying with yourself, who you are. Let's go on, make a commitment. I'm going to do 4 presentations a week. Send it out there. You say, wait a minute, Kelvin, I had did 4 presentations in 6 months. Well, that's changed today because you're sitting in this meeting. You know that you're going to take some big, hairy, audacious steps to make this happen. Massive action. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put myself in front of more people than I've ever did before. I'm going to attend social engagements. I'm going to be out doing community service. I'm going to be at the golf ball games. I'm going to be on social media. I'm going to be posting videos. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make my goals a reality. I want 4 presentations a week. And there's a rule of thumb for that. So I can give you the statistics on that when we do our 30-minute coaching call. All right. What makes you better than other agents that's doing the same presentation that you're doing? So what I'm saying is increase your knowledge, become an expert presenter. You see, people don't hire agents to sell their homes. They hire the best agent that will market their home. You see, marketing is key. You don't have to be the smartest agent on the block, but your marketing has to be better than every agent that walks through the door. So what would make you stand out from 10 other agents that's interviewing for the same job? So if your area on your SWOT analysis identify that you're not good at presentations, then I want you to start with your presentations. Get your scripting together, meaning that you should be using a script. Oh, Kelvin, that don't make it sound robotic. It does if you don't use the script often enough. Sherry started with, I'm using Sherry because you're online. Sherry started doing the cold calling and she was using the script. I don't think she will pick the script up now because she has internalized and made it hers. It is not word for word, but it's became, the points are still the same, but it's her personality in the conversation. And that's what making her effective at gathering people into her warm market and possibly leading her to listings. Okay. Also, be willing to learn. Know the differences between you and a highly successful agent that's doing business on a high level and make the changes. Continue to read, to listen to audiobooks, to meditate on things. If you're religious, read the Bible. If you're not, you got other motivational things, then read them, but get pumped up every day before you start. In fact, I got something I learned over 30 years ago from what's Tom Hanks, what's his name? Tom Hanks. I forget his name, but it's this here. It says, I feel good, I feel fine, I feel this way all the time. If you ask me why, I'll tell you why. I have faith, courage, and enthusiasm. Every morning I get up and say that to the top of my voice. People think I'm crazy. 10 times before I hit the computer. You know, when I get to the computer, my energy level is way up here. My mindset, no matter how funky I was feeling, my mindset is doing shifted. I get on the phone, I'm excited, I'm zooming, and people want to talk to me. If you like, oh, hey, how you doing? People don't want to talk to that low energy. You sucking energy out the phone. So get your mind right. Get your mindset, okay? Be willing to learn. Now remember, you have to be in a place where you're going to learn, okay? And when I say learn, you're going to learn in the area of getting yourself in position to learn, okay? Believe in yourself. Some of us have low self-esteem. We don't believe in ourselves that we can. So I want you to start believing in yourself. And this is where motivational stuff will help you to say, I can instead of I can't. I want you to know that you're successful before you pick the phone up. I want you to know that you're successful before you place your first ad. I'm a winner. I'm an achiever. I can do everything. Okay? Now, if you fall down, you fell before, let's hope you fell and you fell on your back. Because as long as you can look up, you can get up. So you get up and you dust it off and you keep trying. Nothing beats a failure but a try. And if you quit, you're never going to succeed. So you can streamline and change your plan around, but make sure you do these things that's going to put you in place. And that's the ninth thing I'll tell you is know your why. Why are you doing business? Now, it can't be just to get money. It's got to be motivated by the professional service because you prepared yourself, you've got your knowledge together, you got your marketing plans together. You are the ideal agent that client is looking for because that client has an avatar too. What their agent look like, what their changes sound like. Okay, know your power, know the power that's within you. You can do everything you want to do if your mind is in it. If your mind can conceive it, your body will achieve it. Know your desire. Be willing to change. You see, I don't do that. Then if what you're doing is not working, then be willing to change it. And knowledge is power. Make your mind up. I will not quit. I will not stop. I will not turn it back. I'm not going to leave without this listing. I'm not going to leave without this contract being signed by this buyer. Meaning I'm going to go in there with my best. I'm going to put 110% on the table because I cannot leave here without the listing. And when you have that attitude, the seller got to say, get out of my house. It's time to go. They got to kick me out because I'm going to get the listing. And I'm going to keep coming back till they hire somebody or hire me. Because persistence is the key to everything. So take massive actions. All right. And I'm summarizing everything for you guys. And I'll put it this here way. With the signing off of 2021 with excellence. This is it, guys. It's not your numbers that makes you successful, it's your attitude. It's not what you did or you did not do in 2021 that gave you success in 2022. The past is the past. Let's leave it behind us. Let's today make the commitment to move forward in life, to move forward in our business, to build a plan that's going to last time, that I'll build this business to a success rate that I can take my family on 4 vacations this year, paid, and I don't have to worry about it. I can take off when I want to, because if you do your business intentionally and correctly, you can have the vacations of your dream. You can live in the houses that you want to live in, but it only comes after the professional service that you offer. Make sure you progress towards your visions. Focus on winning, not on losing. Be sure to act instead of being acted upon. Don't be reactional to the market. Be acting on the market before it comes. Be acting on the clients before you even meet them. Be in position to be ready. Be prepared for what you have to do. Make the sacrifices that's necessary to achieve your goals. If something that you're doing in 2021 did not align with your goals, then it's time to push it on the side. Sometimes it's friends, sometimes relationships, sometimes it's the business that you're in, sometimes it's the clothes that you're wearing, whatever that is that's sabotaging your success, then it's time to shift and get out of it. Shift, okay? That's that word there, shift. Increase your learning. Commit to a minimum of 2 hours a week of learning something brand new that you did not know before. Get scheduled on class. If you're with my company, ESP Real Estate, we got over 80 hours of live training every week that teach you everything you need to know about being successful in this business. And if you want a free pass, I'll give you a free pass. You go in and experience the learning yourself. Cost you nothing. You get about 15 days of just getting learned. And then take the material you use it for yourself, your own business, whether you're with the company or not. Okay? Make sure you increase your kindness. Be kind, be gentle to people that will do business with you, and even people that won't do business with you. Because people know when you're looking at them like a steak. Boy, I'm hungry. You're going to be my next meal. No, don't do that at all. Look at them as a person and give you an opportunity to show your excellence, to add value to their life, add value to their goals of buying and selling real estate. Love greater than you ever loved before in 2022. Don't love halfway, love committedly to everyone else, and everybody deserves love, because what you put out, you get back. Believe it or not, that law of reciprocity is a true thing. You put out negative, you're gonna get negative back. When you put out love, you're gonna get love back. And I tell you, love is attractive in business. People come back, they're not in love with you like a romantic love, but they love your personality, love your excitement, love your energy. I have people tell me, man, I love being around you. You're just so energetic, you're so positive. Well, that's attractive. People want to be around that, and that's who you have to be. Make sure that the people that you're around make you better, not to making you worse. Make sure that you're surrounding people that makes you better, okay? Make sure that you, in 2022, make an impact on life for people, to make an impact on life with the people. Make sure that you laugh more than you laughed in 2021. Make sure you just have a better time, because laughter is healthy. In fact, I said people that laugh live longer. So do more laughing and get a couple more years out your life, okay? And I'm gonna this here one's for you guys. Cry a little bit more. When something you sad, it's okay to cry. Not for a pity party, but crying is cleansing. And they say real men don't cry. Yeah, real men do cry. Just don't cry in public, that's all. So cry a little bit more. And then live more. Live more. Live more. And that means that live like you never lived before. Show yourself out, show yourself approved. Live more than ever before. And here's my contact information. I'm going to end with that. I believe that you can have everything in life that you want. And if you want the SWOT analysis, let me give you this right now. I'm going to drop this in the chat. This is something I want to give you guys. Let's see if I can get it. Can't copy it. Okay, I'll give it to you guys. I can't copy it right now. Let's see here. I can get it out. Okay, it is. I'll try to copy this and get this to you guys. And you can get that SWOT analysis. And if you want to know more about EXP real estate, you can look me up there also. And I just dropped the SWOT analysis in there, and you can get that free chart to develop a SWOT analysis, okay? If you're interested in a free coaching call, just go to my website, kelvinverrett.com. I will give you a free coaching call. Just set the appointment, set it with me, and I'll get on and I'll help you work out a plan if you're stuck somewhere in it. We're going to conclude our training this morning, and one of our guest speakers had an emergency. They couldn't make it this evening. But what I want to do at this point here, I'm going to, if you guys get my information there, I'm going to open the mic up, and I want to answer some questions. Amir and I are here to answer some questions that you may have about the real estate coaching program and what we're doing, or about EXP, or marketing pitfalls and things of that nature. And I'm going to stop the screen share. Everybody got the information out in the chat box. I dropped the link in there for you there. And let's go to the, so you're free to open your mic up now. Do you have any questions at all for us in the area of the, of what we covered here today? You can unmic yourself if you like to ask questions. If you don't have any questions in the mirror, you might unmute yourself and give a few thought-provoking questions as we close out today. Okay. Did you get anything out of today, Malia or Karen or Sherry? Anything you picked up today that might help you in 2022?
Yes, thank you both. This is Malia. I am super excited to learn a little bit more about the lead generation. So yes, I'll be talking to you about that. I definitely want to learn more about that. I think that's really interesting, and I'd like to learn more about that.
Okay, awesome. And we can do that with your coaching call, Malia. I know we're already on schedule. We haven't scheduled yet, but we're going to be on schedule to take care of that. And marketing is my superpower. Amir mentioned superpower. Marketing is my superpower. I have a gift for marketing. I know how to create things, and I can help you put together a strategic marketing campaign that will produce returns, that will give you results, that will convert into clients, close transactions, and it work anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. So definitely marketing. And the key as a real estate agent, you want to become an influencer. So how do you become an influencer? You put content out that's valuable. And one of the things is, like, Facebook and Instagram is very important, because this is where everybody is at right now. So to be an influencer, you have to be where they are. You have to be in Clubhouse. You have to be in Facebook. You have to be in Instagram. You got to be producing YouTube video. You literally have to be a movie star, okay? And the thing is, you don't have to be all polished. Just be who you are. Don't try to be somebody that you're not, because you only can fake it for so long. But it's easy to be yourself and be natural. So make sure that you start your marketing campaign, develop a budget, and stick to it. And if it doesn't get results, then we make the small tweaks and start pulling results out. We ran a campaign for about 4 months, and we generated 1,200 leads. And, I mean, we had to turn it off. It was coming in that much. Now, the thing is that you know what the consumer wants, and you deliver. You make a compelling, we're going to talk about that. You make a compelling offer, then you make a promise, then you make an offer, and you give them a call to action. 3 mechanisms. That's our next class. Three mechanisms to get the deals out. Present the problem. Give them a solution. Make an offer, and give them a call to action. That's 4 days. Okay. Our marketing piece should encompass that. Amir, do you have anything you want to add?
I think that the information has been fantastic. I'm just encouraging folks as we get into 2022 to really, really make sure that you're writing down what your goals are. And I know that there was one of the things that I certainly heard and will work on is write down as many things that you want, physically, materially, anything about the 3 major places that you talked about, Kelvin. That is your finances, your business, and your personal. And so those are 3 major areas. And frankly, when you start addressing those, you definitely have to literally dream big. And whatever you have and you've got set up, my goal, my encouragement to you today is dream bigger. Dream bigger. There's one of the challenges we have as a society is we don't dream big enough. And we'll say, oh my gosh, because when you dream bigger, then again, there are kind of folks on both sides of the spectrum. But there is not anything too big for you to have that. So in my world, as I begin to put my dreams together, I'm literally going, if I really believe God created the universe, then there's no dream that I could dream that's going to scare him.
Yes. Well, that's good. I never thought about it that way. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a big one. Yeah. That's good. That's
So
good.
dream bigger.
Dream bigger. Sherry, what's your takeaway today?
Well, my takeaway today, it was a lot. Creating the SWAT, I think, is something great to start with. I've used it in other businesses that I've worked with because I am in business development as well in the medical field. So we've also used this, the SWAT mechanism when putting together business plans and how we're going to execute things and get it done. So I know that it does work. Also, I'm already in your mentoring program. And so I would like to get your assistance on maybe putting together my business plan for 2020.
Awesome.
And so just staying on track is for me has been a struggle for me during 2021 because I do work full time. So my goal for 2022 is to really, really follow this strategic plan that I put in place.
Yes. And that's where the results will happen, because if you be consistently doing the same thing that demands results, making tweaks along the way, you will get the results. It's time. And like I say, success only comes before work in the dictionary. So you have to work on your plan daily and you will see the results out. And I think you're doing an excellent job, Sherry. And this is where the accountability, the coaching, or the mentoring comes in place at, because when you have someone that's helping you to identify your weak spots, because once you tell them your goals, they want to hold you accountable. They say, hey, what is your goals? All right. What happened last week? Why you didn't make your phone calls? Why you didn't do your follow-ups? What happened? And you just let everybody discover their weaknesses, and you don't do no more than help guide them. And so coaching is not a hard thing at all, or mentorship is not a hard thing at all. It's very easy, but it's just knowing where you are and where you want to go and somebody helping you get there. Thank you, Sherry. How about Karen? Would you mind sharing what you maybe picked up today? Malia, I know you mentioned marketing. Okay, so that's it. Amir, you sign off with you right now, and you can give your marks, and then I'll do the closing.
Hey guys, you know what? I like I say at the end of every year, as we start looking to the next year, it really is up to you to determine how high, how far, how big you actually go. There are no constraints. The only constraints that we have is in our mind. And so once you really conquer that, there's nothing that you can't do, accomplish, be, or have. I know that when we were at Keller Williams, we had a thing called be, do, and have. I've adopted that as well. There are a lot of people out there that have gifts and talents, but none of them are yours. And so you literally can be, do, and have anything that you want. And it's up to you. And I'm here to help. I'd love to help you, get on that track. So you've got my contact information, which is here. And if you'd love to reach out to myself.
And drop it in the chat box too, Amir. Drop it in the chat box also. So guys, we're here to help. Amir is an awesome teacher, an awesome leader. And we work together just trying to help agents. And our goal this year is to help as many agents as we can. We're going to do workshops all to 2022 on different aspects of real estate. And we just want to add value. You don't have to be working with our company. You don't have to be part of our program. We just want to add value. So if you're around us, you're going to learn something. If you just come around enough, you'll learn something. But at this time here, I think we've covered everything we did cover. One of our guest speakers was going to come today, and they had emergency, they couldn't make it. So we just hopefully we covered and add value in the area that we had to fill in. And our next segment is going to be on breaking down specifically on marketing. So the next one is going to be specifically dealing with marketing, how to put your marketing plan together, how to implement it. And they're going to give you some sample ads on how you can run right off the bat. And some things for free, some things will cost you, but identify your budget. And if you need help with your marketing plan, be sure to get with me, take that 30-minute call, and you will leave that call with a plan in place. Generalized enough that you can nail it down to make it more specific to you. Okay? Mayor, thank you very much for your time online. Thank you, Sherry, Leah, Karen. Karen couldn't speak. She's not in a quiet environment. She couldn't speak right now. But thank you guys again for this time. And hopefully you have a fantastic rest of the week. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas to some, happy holidays to others. But enjoy your family. Relax after you get your business plan together. Have fun. Laugh. Have joy. Identify the areas in your life that you got to make some changes in. By December 31st, be committed to making changes. And I'm looking forward to partnering with you, to being part of what it is that you're doing. You have my contact information. You have my website information. You have Amir's information. So call on us. Let us help you any way we can. Thank you guys very much. And we'll be signing off at this point in time. If nobody have any other questions, we're going to leave you with this here. We love you. We're praying for you. And we want you to have nothing but the best in 2022. God bless you guys, and good night. Oh no, good morning. Good morning. It's early.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everyone. All right, Malia.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Amira. So
Stop the recording.
Oh, you can right now. Hold on.